understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like. Great, back to your corners.
All right,
Judge.
Larsen, what must he be going through right now in his mind? His first fight in 3 years, and he's coming in against one of the premier world-class striker in Pławecki.
And we're going to see what that layoff did, if it built his confidence, or is he a little bit rusty still, where it may take a round or two for him to get comfortable again.
Break!
You've got a 1 or 2. Just getting back to this moment took so much energy, just both mentally and physically. What does Larsen have left in the tank?
His style is, he classifies as very tricky. He's going to constantly try to confuse Pławecki, who's more of a pressure fighter who likes to come forward. And already you see Larsen wanting to utilize his knees versus that forward pressure.
Tried that flying knee and ended up throwing a right hand, and a swing and miss by Pławecki, who describes himself as strong, stubborn, and self-confident like any other Polish person.
Yeah, he doesn't want to move backwards. He constantly wants to come forward and throw his hands. And being the shorter fighter, I like that he's really going to start utilizing those low kicks, especially when he gets on the inside with his boxing. Perfect opportunity to finish with the low kick.
See how much Larsen likes the knees.
He needs to be careful, though. When he's coming in like that, his head's exposed. That's where you're going to see Pławecki try to use those overhand shots.
And he spun Pławecki around with a low kick, and there's a hard one delivered by the Polish fighter. And another one. Larsen says he's inspired by Remy Bonjacki, who, as you know, the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, he's known for those flying knees, Remy. And a lot of people really look at Remy as one of the best to use those knees.
Remy making news recently, calling out our heavyweight champion Rico Verhoeven. Wants to come out of retirement to fight him. Everybody wants to fight Rico.
And we even have Gokhan Saki calling out Remy Bonjacki. So a lot of potential good matchups.
That overhand right caught the ear there of Larsen. Sometimes that can be a shot that gets you a little discombobulated. Right in the temple. And that knee goes into the arm from Larsen. Only 3 rounds in Glory, 3 minutes each. Not much time to get your work in. So the pace is extremely high. So too is the knockout ratio. Push kick there from Larsen.
Larsen still looks very relaxed. It doesn't look like this layoff has done anything to his comfort in the ring.
You can see the welts on the outside of the left leg of Łukasz Pławecki. Those low kicks already taking their toll on Boom Boom. And a running start there for that low kick.
That exit low kick is one of my favorites. As they exit, keep throwing that. They can't block at that point. Pławecki needs to throw some of those kicks back. He was very successful in the early round.
So the first round in 3 years for Larsen, a good one. Now let's go inside Glory rules. Round 1 extremely close. Total strikes, Larsen with 25. Pławecki with 26, Joe.
But according to the Glory scoring, you need to look at what did more damage. And it looked like those low kicks of Larsen did a lot of good damage and some good knees on the inside. That's why I'm giving him the first round.
We asked Pławecki what his strengths were in the ring. He said boxing with a low kick for dessert.
He's been showing it, but in my opinion, he's not throwing it enough.
Come out, fight!
Pławecki's face is beginning to turn a bright red. So too are his thighs from all those kicks. And there's your total strikes, Joe.
Yeah, it's very close in total strikes landed. And it seems like it's Larsen that's really doing a good job, though, at dictating the pace, where Pławecki's looking to counter more.
Pławecki wearing the black gloves, Larsen in the white.
And Larsen being the taller fighter, he wants to stay outside. That's why I'm surprised he's using his knees so much.
Larsen beginning to get more confident as he goes in for the strikes. Another flying knee. We've seen 4 or 5 of those.
He needs to set them up, though. Keep staying outside. Keep mixing in those low kicks. You can see Pławecki's left leg really starting to show the redness and the damage.
And his right leg isn't much better.
Pławecki's waiting too long. That's the problem. He's waiting too long, and that's why Larsen's able to pick his shots on the outside.
In Larsen's 44 victories, he does have 24 knockouts. He likes to put his opponents away. And again, Larsen leaves the mat. Pławecki, the first of 2 Polish fighters we'll see here tonight on the Glory Super Fight Series. Coming up next is Paweł Jędrzejczyk.
Now Larsen's playing a little bit different. He's using his movement, keeping his distance, staying longer, then mixing in those knees. That's a little better strategy than leading with that knee. Set it up with some strikes on the outside.
And considering how many flying knees we've seen, what could he perhaps fake a flying knee and throw a different strike that might catch his Polish counterpart off balance?
Well, I mean, the right kick is a good option to mix in the right kick or the front kick. There's so many different weapons to set up that knee, but a front kick would be a good option. Good body kicks, low kicks, many options. But Pławecki's waiting too long. He needs to be first.
Especially when he gets inside. An obvious height and reach disadvantage. And that right hand connects, and then a knee to the solar plexus. Pławecki backing up here against the ropes, and Larsen teeing off.
Break!
The best moment of the fight for the Denmark fighter. There's a right hand which beat Pławecki, who wanted a spinning back fist.
Yeah, he crashed the distance, and that put him on the inside, and now Pławecki's got no defense.
And there's a knee, and the bell comes just in time. Larsen finishing the second round in style.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Larsen in this round. He did some good work staying on the outside and mixing in those knees, and those exit low kicks have been amazing. As Pławecki's exiting to get away, he's catching him on the leg, and those are beautiful low kicks, and those are doing the most damage when he throws them. But in this round, he's done a good job at staying on the outside a little bit more, mixing in straight punches, and then when he has Pławecki hurt, that's when he goes on the inside, uses his boxing and his knees.
So we've seen all the good work that Larsen's done. If you're in the corner of Pławecki, what's the game plan with 3 minutes to go?
Don't wait. You got to be active. You got to be first. Don't let Larsen dictate the pace, dictate the range. Pławecki's the shorter fighter. He needs to put the pressure on, get inside, maybe attack the body, and keep throwing those low kicks.
Round 3. 3 minutes to go. Can Pławecki dig deep, find an answer, or will Larsen put him away?
Well, Larsen threw near the end in that second round. He started mixing in that uppercut. And like you said earlier, what's another option other than the knee? The uppercut's a good option.
Especially when Pławecki puts the earmuffs on.
Pławecki landed a good overhand right there. That's what he needs to do. Try to catch Larsen coming in with those knees.
And Pławecki with a nasty cut under his left eye, and another knee lands right to that spot, and another knee. Pławecki backing up against the ropes.
The way he mixes up his hands and boxing is incredible. As soon as Pławecki really shells up and covers his defense, that's when Larsen mixes those knees. Well done.
Larsen is simply being the boss right now.
But Larsen, I would like to see mixing those kicks. There's that exit low kick, would have been a perfect opportunity.
And how about the cardio level that Larsen's showing? It takes a lot of energy to throw those flying knees, and he still looks fresh.
But what he does is he moves outside. Like right now, this is his recovery time. He's staying loose, just lightly tapping, and then he's going to mix in those power shots.
Minute and a half to go now. In the clinch, this is where Larsen has been delivering some massive knees.
Larsen needs to be careful. He needs to, if he initiates the clinch, he needs to throw a strike right away. He can't grab, move a little bit, wait. He needs to throw those knee strikes right away.
The question now for Larsen, does he go for the kill, go for the knockout, or does he play it safe and kind of cruise control it in? Larsen has made it very clear and very known that, listen, I want to be back on that Glory card in 2 months when we go to Copenhagen, provided he didn't get injured. And he does not look injured right now. He almost jumped over the top rope there.
The thing with knees when you're fighting, though, it's you hit a lot of elbows a lot of times, so you can get a lot of damage after the fight if you're clipping a lot of elbows, so you don't really know until an hour after the fight when that adrenaline goes away.
Oh, I can tell you right now, Pławecki is already hurting. Doesn't need to wait an hour. A right hand connects from Larsen.
I still would like Larsen to mix those low kicks. He did so much damage with them. He's just relying on his boxing and his knees. It's still doing damage, but he could easily and land a little better if he mixed in his kicks.
And leaping right hands. You don't see Larsen get a good foundation and throw hands. He's always moving his body, walking down his opponent, as he's doing right here. 10 seconds to go. And the Danish destroyers return to the ring. Was a fantastic one. Niclas Larsen, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, Niclas Larsen. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first bout of tonight. It was all Niclas Larsen really utilizing his boxing and his knees and constantly mixing up his punches. And as Pławecki shelled up, those knees were coming right up the middle and doing a lot of damage. And he just continued that pace and constant pressure where he wanted to show that he's back and as a top contender. And he really showed that layoff of 3 years really didn't do much to his condition, his mindset, and he's ready for the next step in his glory career.
Here are the final statistics. Round one extremely close, but after that it was all about the Dane.
And you can see here it's really those knees of Larsen that did the most damage, where Pławecki was trying to utilize his boxing a lot, but it was definitely those knees and the boxing output of Larsen that did the most damage and won this fight 30-27 in my opinion.
Let's see if Joe's right. For the official decision, here is Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here now are the totals. All 3 judges scored about the same, 30-27, a unanimous decision for your winner, Niclas Larsen.
There you have it, Niclas Larsen getting back on his winning ways, and it's a bright future for this young guy, and